Yeah. I think anything the positive that happens within Bonfire is definitely to do with the podcast.
I have promised myself that I need to ask you the quickfire questions.
Right,
11,500
views in 3 or 4
and
days.
Explain myself
Yeah.
from episode
I might
1.
miss
Bonfire season next year.
Front and centre. I'm going to lead the procession down. Matt doesn't know it yet, but I'm just going to do that job
I
instead.
do think I enjoyed the most.
Maybe
I
a
do.
little bit unhealthy. We might get a bit, try some underhanded tactics. I've got a few ideas.
He has come round to it, you know.
Has he?
Yeah.
Guy Talks exclusive. Your local Bonfire Society is an incredible wealth of attributes and people that are willing volunteers.
It did get a bit uncomfortable because
did.
it was trying to make sure that we're doing
a service
a service to the bonfire
rather than stroking our own egos, which we didn't go into it with that intention.
What would you do or say if another society started up a podcast?
It's been a while.
The last one, Ed.
Yeah, episode 11.
Is it 11?
It is 11, yeah, I wrote it down. Ollie's was 10. Welcome to Guy Talks.
The finale.
Yeah, the finale.
I can't believe it, actually. I actually can't believe it.
Well, I can, but only because we've been working towards it.
Look, what I was going to say before when we was talking was I think this has been a huge part of my bonfire season.
It's been my favourite bit about this bonfire season,
I'm
annoyingly. But
the other day, someone said to me, "What are you going to miss most about the bonfires?" And I sort of thought we'd reached a time a few weeks ago where it was bonfire Saturday, podcast Wednesday, meeting Thursday, bonfire Saturday. And it almost become life.
Well, and episode release Sunday.
Episode release Sunday.
And then people like messaging and stuff like that. So yeah, it was constant, wasn't it?
It was constant.
Almost like we were, making bonfire more in our lives than it needed to be. I had no idea it would consume the season as much as it had, and not just for us, for other people.
Yeah. I at Battle Bonfire, one of my standout moments of the year was when the procession was coming back up from the station. Caitlin had said, "Oh, can we move the procession over to one side so they can cross over?" And I think I've told you this. As the procession was coming towards me, I had 4 or 5 people put out their hand. Oh, you're the podcast. You're one of the podcast guys, and shake my hand. We love your podcast. And I was thinking, this is actually quite a moment.
Yeah.
Because I didn't. When we started this, when we said about doing it, I did not think.
Didn't even consider it.
I just thought it would be a bit of a joke.
Yeah,
a bit of a laugh.
Only members would watch it. And
I didn't think it would reach. I mean, we're not talking that we're social media famous.
Well, you might not be, mate.
I didn't think it would. But it's sort of societies that that you don't even sort of know.
Yeah,
and people of them.
You wouldn't expect us to be on their radar. Yeah.
So I'm actually quite proud of it.
Yeah,
even though it was your idea, Ed.
Well, it's the inception. I mean, the podcasts weren't my idea. They've been around for a little while. I think it was just, the name was. I'll take credit for the name. The best bit.
And in this episode, I have promised myself that I need to ask you the quickfire questions.
Right. Well, I've got them with me,
but I'm not going to ask them yet.
No, don't ask them now. I haven't thought about them
before I
at all.
completely forget. There has been one huge change to my quickfire questions, my answers.
You're right. All right. You want to change?
Well, just the one.
We can edit the first episode if you like.
Yeah. It's not. I've said it before on a previous episode, but I have now changed from the Abbey Green, or from the battlefield back to the Abbey Green.
I mean, it's not much of a surprise. I do.
No,
feel
there was something about our fire this year. I just thought it just burnt incredible, and being there, I sort of thought, you can't get this.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be huge.
You cannot get this anywhere else.
Yeah, it's big enough.
I think Newark have their bonfire, I think, in the middle of their town or something. So
I don't know.
But,
There is a green on the there's a wreck in Newark where that might be it, but it's not on. Must be on grass.
But how has the season been for you, Ed?
It's been up and down. I will be honest. It's been up and down. I've suffered with some headaches, which have been
Tricky.
literal headaches, not work or life headaches, actual headaches. So yeah, they've kind of brought me down a little bit. But what's brought me up is everybody telling me how much I love the podcast and just having a good time, So I have found that if I don't drink, I don't have as much of a good time. And I'm not a big drinker, as you know. So it's I've got to be really careful with how much I drink. 3 pineapple daiquiris is
Plenty,
yeah.
I got hooked on it, as you probably or our viewers would have seen. I didn't get hooked on them, but I was introduced to the world of these little buzzball things.
Yeah, I've seen a few of you drinking them.
I can drink lager all the time. I'm
Right.
lager drinker. We have cans all the time, but every now and then I'd just pull one of these buzzballs. You could get 4 for free. So I think they're £4 each.
Yeah.
So you could get 4 for 12 quid, and I would be finding myself, and everyone kept, you do realise that's 13-14% alcohol in there.
Yeah.
And someone said it the other day, no one cares about the volume of alcohol. I thought, well, I never look.
No.
But I got hooked on them a bit, and
Well, these pineapple daiquiris, they're strong. They're from M&S. They're only about that big. Like Alice can't drink them. She says they're too strong. I love them. I'm thinking cocktails are the way to go, because I was drinking cocktails on, I think it was rye. I was walking around. I had a jam jar, and I had a bottle of bourbon that I'd put some sherry in, and a red currant jelly that I'd melted down. So I've made this cocktail that I had in Budapest, and I was like, yeah. So I was drinking that, but then I was having it long with some soda water, but I didn't want to mix it all. So I was walking along, just pouring it myself. I think I might get a cocktail shaker next year and actually just make cocktails walking along. I need to get some sort of rig. So watch out for that.
But you didn't drink at Robertsbridge, though.
No, I didn't. No.
But
Because I had to drive back.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, you've got to get a taxi after the train station. I mean, Robertsbridge, was I not dancing? I was having a good
Louise
time.
thought you was drinking.
I know.
Louise said, I thought you said Ed doesn't drink. I said or didn't drink. I said he didn't.
I don't know how many mosh pits there have been at Robertsbridge Club.
It was brilliant.
But there was certainly a big one.
The rain didn't dampen it for me, really.
Me either.
The only
But
thing that dampened
I
it
didn't
for me
walk
was
in the procession,
the mud
so-
around the fire. And
Yeah.
I've no idea how I got that muddy. Although
You
they said
desecrated
Luke
the uniform.
Luke's just kept... Yeah, my mum was with
bet
Luke's
she's
jacket.
livid. Yeah.
She's furious, absolutely furious.
I
because
was a little bit.
She was like, it could cost a fortune to get these dry cleaned. And
Yeah.
mine is hanging in the greenhouse and I really need to sort it out. I'm not getting it dry cleaned because it's not a bonfire thing to do.
Well, wait for it to dry properly and then just like brush it really hard with something.
Yeah. Is that what will you miss most about bonfires?
Nothing really.
Really?
Probably doing this. But yeah, always like by the time Robertsbridge comes along, I'm kind of like, I'm always at that point where I'm like, yeah, it's played out now. It's kind of done.
I was like that.
Yeah.
I was like that. They was asking me, someone asked me on Sunday or Monday, how are you? How do you feel about it? And I said, I'm not sad that they're over, but I did have bonfire blues on Monday morning.
Did you?
Oh,
Right.
severe bonfire blues. But I kind of thought, what was that? Probably near to my 30th year.
Yeah.
Although only 18 of them I've been drinking.
Yeah. See, I never really get it because I think it never really stops. Like I said, bonfire is 12 months of the year because you've always got fundraising. There's always stuff to be thinking of. I mean, I'm still making badges, like images on my phone. Like I'm in the van, I'm just like, do, and like,
It does feel
it
weird
never stops
how,
for me.
Like our chats don't stop. They die down a bit.
If it wasn't
but
for
they
us,
just
they'd
continue
stop.
on.
You know,
True.
we're basically doing this on the chat, and people are like, slow down, or just mute that.
Yeah.
You know?
But I know a lot of people. We've had that. There is still people that want to come on the podcast, isn't there?
There is, yeah, and I have said to people that we're thinking about doing one a month or whatever, and I don't know if that's even true. I don't know if we even are going to do that.
It
We
would
have
be
to-
nice to do an update
Well,
every month.
we've got to
1
talk to
month
Matt about
update
it.
for
We've got
for Battle Bonfire, all those that don't come to the meeting.
Yeah.
We could sit here and tell you
I'll
exactly
just
what's
tell you
happened.
exactly what's happened at a closed meeting that's not open to the public.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. AGM roundup would be good.
Yeah.
Especially if there's some new positions and stuff, we could commentate the AGM.
I was never actually sure which direction the podcast would go in.
No, it has to be a natural evolution.
It was very much a suck it and see sort of thing.
We kind of, early on, we realised we needed an angle. I think we discussed that a few times, didn't we, with each guest? So it wasn't just one of my mates, one of your mates, one of my mates, one of your mates. We didn't do, but I know we had Alice on, but she is fundraising officer or whatever.
True.
But we needed a bit of a, so anybody that didn't get to come on, it is because we were trying to get a different sector of each thing. So it's no slight on anybody. It's just, we were just trying to be quite picky and choosy and with our angles, weren't we?
One of the biggest moments in, I haven't told you this yet, in this season was I met Sarah from Nimfield, who I'm not sure. Chris tells me she is the Nimfield chair lady, but I think she said she wasn't. But it was lovely to meet her actually and explain myself from episode 1.
Yeah,
and
I forget all about it because it was such a non-issue. But
yeah, it was one of them moments where Chris has been saying, "Oh, you need to meet Sarah," and it was in Robertsbridge Club, and the good thing was that come out of it was I explained myself, and also that she'd like to come on the podcast. And I already think next year, I mean, it might not be us hosting it.
It might not be,
But already there is a, what's the word, Ed? A demand for away members or away societies.
Well, that's the other angle, isn't it? So we could go, I've spoken to some people about going on location, doing some filming on location. Our most viewed podcast, even though it wasn't quite a podcast, was the live on top of Battle Abbey. Yeah, 11,500 views in 3 or 4 days or something like that.
That was quite epic, that.
Yeah, I suppose it was quite short compared to
but it was the fact that Matt's got all this equipment and all you had was your phone and Caitlin
holding it and the sun in the eyes and
and it got 11,500 views.
And it is just us talking absolute nonsense, not doing anything, really, not helping put Bonfire together, just commentating on what people are doing. But someone, I think, needs to do it, which is something that I've learned from doing this podcast. We stumbled across something that's missing from the Bonfire world is something like this. So many people come up and said, what you've done, even I think there was a member of another society said, you've made me feel more comfortable within my society because of the way you guys talk about battle. And I recognise bits from what mine is like, and I feel more confident about meeting new people within the society.
Absolutely something, and I'll be brutally honest, that I was never intending.
You can't go into it with that intention because it will come across as false, I think.
Saying that, as you know, I struggled a bit early on, because there was a couple of challenges.
It was a struggle,
It was a struggle, but it was dealing with not just like any form of criticism, dealing with knowing the fact that we're actually doing something for other Bonfire societies, making other Bonfire society members feel like that and feel more included.
Then you all of a sudden feel a weight of responsibility for what you're doing, don't you?
Yeah, as you well know, I was wavering for about episode 2, episode 3. I was sort of thinking, do I want this? Do I want this?
Yeah.
But
even the adulation, people going like, "Well done for doing a bonfire." You're like, "All right, leave me alone."
I sit here now.
I mean, I love it, but
I think I'm happy to carry on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would love it if someone said, like now or next year, "Can I be the host of the podcast?"
Yeah.
And I generally would say, "Yes, you can."
Depends on who it is. But the same way as like you can't just hand the keys over to somebody that can't drive. Like,
true.
The thing about Bonfire and I think Riggers' episode summed it up really well, is that the reason why it's so good when you've got all this generation of people is that there's older members know what they're doing. Younger members say, I want to go. They go, right, get in here, get in my nook, and I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah.
So that, otherwise, if you just hand the ropes to somebody, reins over to somebody else, they're going to crash. They're going to.
It would have been nice to get a brand spanking new member on.
That's the only thing we didn't achieve, wasn't it?
Yeah,
we did.
And the president, but that is in the pipeline. Spoiler alert.
We can't tie him up and bring him in against his will, can we? If he won't come on, that's not.
Well, he has come round to it. You know,
Has he?
Yeah.
Guy Talks exclusive. Ronnie would be our first guest next year.
Yeah.
Or a special.
He's got some stories, I tell you. But no, it has been a blast, an absolute blast.
And I've heard a lot more stories. People that, like, you've told me some stories that you've heard. I've been told some stories by other members.
It was weird, wasn't it? Coming, like, seeing each other at the bonfires.
Yeah.
And or you'd come up to me, I'd come up to you, and I've just had so and so. It was when I got to Norvium, and obviously at that time it was a little bit iffy.
Yeah.
And as soon as I'd walked on the field, this chap is a chap called Chris come up to me and extended his hand out to shake and said how wonderful the podcast and this and that. And I thought, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. And there's been a couple of times where people have said that's made me think.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Well, like being called YouTube famous and things like that.
I know. I am actually. I've not been approached yet, but I might miss bonfire season next year.
Mr. Beast.
Because I'll be in the jungle.
Ah, right. Oh, I don't. I think you're above that, Andy.
Yeah, I probably am.
Yeah, don't do that. Do something like Big Brother or something, Channel 5.
So, Ed, what was your favourite bonfire? I didn't want to do a rundown of my league table. I wasn't going to do that.
We can put a league table up if you like.
No, I'm not doing that.
No.
But so I thought it's easier just to say.
What's your favourite from this season?
I'm willing to give my top three.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
I could give more. You probably haven't got, but the one I was most surprised with was Heathfield.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Really, really.
It was very different to the other Senlac ones, wasn't it? It's more like a Lewis.
Yeah, I'm keeping
one.
a close eye on next year's bonfire calendar because I know Staple Cross have announced, I think Nimfield have announced when theirs will be. I already know when Battles will be, and I'm hoping that Hastings and Heathfield sort it out again so that they're not on the same night.
Yeah. Do you think they will?
If you're watching, don't go on the same night.
Right, power of the pod could happen.
Yeah, I don't think they will. Just by the way the calendar sits, I'm praying they don't.
We got Remembrance the day after again next year.
Have we really?
Yeah. I looked it up.
Didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure we have. Yeah.
But yeah, so what was your most enjoyed bonfire? I think I know what you're going to say.
Right.
I knew you was going to say it.
Yeah. It is. It's because of the coach. It's because of so many things. That I had a chicken kebab that was honestly out of this world. We just walked past, like Millie and Alice, Kira, everybody. They just got hot dogs, and I thought, what are you doing? Like, why are you getting hot dogs?
Yeah.
This is awful decision to make. Hot dogs are always disappointing. So I was looking at the menu for ages, and I was like, I'll just get this chicken kebab. It's got chilies on it. It's got this, it's that, and they had their hot dogs. They were, no disrespect to the hot dogs. I'm sure they were fine, but they looked disappointing and they said they weren't that good. And I was like, well, I'm not going to tell you how good this is. And honestly, it was the highlight of the night. Nothing about bonfire whatsoever. That chicken kebab, honestly, it's so good. I should have written down the name of it. But it was good. Rye's good. Bonfire was hot. Fireworks were in the sky, brilliant.
Yeah, I thought their fireworks, not that I didn't really see much, but actually from what I did see this year, I thought they were quite good. I thought the firework displays in general this year, from the ones I watched, I didn't watch any of Robertsbridge's firework display.
I wasn't on the
field. It's shameful that I am to say that.
I was in the club the whole night.
I was just under the influence. I wasn't actually. Well, no. Luke had quite an interesting end to the night, but I was all right. I was all right. Literally, I was fine. I was drunk, but I was fine. And I just don't really know. I was so happy. That's my biggest.
Robertsbridge is a happy bonfire,
I think
isn't it?
For me, my biggest thing about bonfires, I'm just so happy when I just enjoy them so much. But what about? Have you got a top three?
No, I don't really do top threes.
Well, I've got a top three.
Yeah, go
So
on. Tell me yours.
It's tricky because I don't want to seem biased towards our own,
You will.
and I keep ebbing and flowing. I do think I enjoyed Robertsbridge the most.
Right.
I do, and I'm taking into account the pre-drinks at home because we're going to knock the bar down and redo it.
So that's a big
So
deal.
it was
yeah.
the last time in there, but even that I sort of come out thinking, why do we want to knock this down? This is superb.
Because you want to rebuild.
It was having sort of new people come up there and have pre-drinks with us. Every pre-drink we had in there was fantastic.
Yeah.
Better than last year. We never even had KFC once this year.
Wow.
Just one day Louise just went, why don't we just buy some cheap pizzas from the supermarket and chuck them in the oven? And I was like, yeah, that'd be cheaper.
Yeah, it would.
But of course, we didn't have the pre-drinks at Battle because I mean, we
there's so
did.
much more
We was
setup,
in
isn't
there,
yeah.
but you're not quite. You can't sort of relax to that point. So Robertsbridge was my number one.
Yeah.
Battle was second. I would put Battle first, but it was just, I don't know, seemed a bit more stressful this year.
I couldn't relax at Battle. I couldn't relax at all. And I don't think I should have a radio. That's what I've learnt. I'm not built for it. It's like we said when Chris was on, I couldn't do health and safety. I know I couldn't do it. Just too much coming in. And it's not even anything bad, but it's just like, it's stuff. And you're like, and I was like, it's nothing to do with me. Like, that's what I'm thinking. You don't need to hear this. Just take it out.
Yeah,
but I couldn't. I just felt like I couldn't. What if I missed something that is important?
Yeah, I did take mine out quite a lot.
Yeah, I should have.
To the point that I sort of thought I should, if you're going to have one, you should have it in. You shouldn't.
That was my way of thinking. Yeah. So I was like, I should wear it, but it stressed me out. But onwards and upwards. I'm just going to focus on being the star of the show next year, really, rather than being a marshal.
Yeah.
I think I should just be front and center. I'm going to lead the procession down. Matt doesn't know it yet, but I'm just going to do that job instead.
I think third place for me was Rye.
Right.
It was Rye, and it is. I say it in a surprising way, but what I like is that every year I do this league table to myself, and it's how they all alternate. Like last year at Lewis, I wasn't keen. I've got an exclusive for you in a minute. This year, I loved Lewis.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but when Chris got there, because Battle nearly missed the first procession.
Oh, really?
And I kept saying to the Cliff Marshals that I guarantee they'll come walking around that corner just as we go to set off. They left it. Literally, we was leaving. The end of the procession was leaving and Battle come round the corner and they just joined into the procession.
That's mad.
Yeah, and all of a sudden we went from about 4 of us to God knows how many of us.
Right.
But
so where were they? How did they?
So
they got the coach.
I think the coach drops them off
Earwig Corner normally. Yeah,
and then they have to walk in.
Right, and they were just dawdling.
Well,
or they were late.
I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure. It's always tight. Every time I always think,
well, it wasn't when I went. I think a couple of times because we got the coach and we just walked down, stopped off at the petrol station, walked round. You get there like we were there in good time. I remember. Yeah.
So. And when Chris got there, he said to me, "Chris, feels really good tonight." And I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, I'm glad you think that because it felt really good to me. It was just this bonfire atmosphere.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. That they had some drums. I don't know what they were called. I think they might have been called Phoenix or something like that. And they were in front of us, and they were phenomenal.
Nice.
Absolutely phenomenal. I think Caitlin went to try and find them to see whether we could get them to come to Battle, but they were just brilliant.
Yeah.
Just drums like you.
Good drums. I remember when I first heard San Blanco, and like I know some people can take them or leave them, but I like them because it's different. And like I grew up on drum and bass, so I love drum and bass, and I just think if you've got a decent drum beat, it can change.
Where were they this year, Sam Blanca?
Don't know.
Because I can't remember seeing them.
No, I can't remember seeing them actually.
But
they're usually at Hastings, like all the time.
I enjoyed. I enjoyed every bonfire. It was a moment because we took Billy and Amelia to Norvium. No,
Ninfield.
Billy didn't come to Norvium, but we took them both to Ninfield.
Yeah.
And as you know, I was a bit concerned about Billy because he doesn't like loud noises. He's only 3.
Yeah.
He loved it.
That's good.
And that was a big moment for me because I sort of, it makes my life easier in the future or not, because now he's going to want to come to every bonfire.
Well, they're not all the same though, are they? So what you don't want to do is ruin his enjoyment of it by him going to...
Yeah. Well, the pressure's on me now because I seen that Robertsbridge 1998 video,
Right.
which I didn't think I would have been at. And I've seen myself there. And when I spoke to Mum, I said to her, one of our cousins was with us that night because I saw him on the YouTube video. And I thought, me and Luke, I remember going to bonfires before he come with us because I remember saying, "Oh, come with us to join." And I sort of thought, I always thought I was about 6 or 7 or 8 when I started going to bonfires, but I wouldn't have thought I'd have been 8 years old going to an away bonfire.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Which, like Robertsbridge, so obviously Amelia's 8. And I'm thinking, I would not take Amelia to Robertsbridge bonfire.
No, well, everybody's different, aren't they? All the kids are different.
Like, she'd be fine there, but it's just, I want to enjoy.
You want to enjoy it, yes. Well, for selfish reasons.
I don't want to be looking, thinking, where is she? What's she doing?
Robertsbridge is a big party, isn't it? Like, if you're in the club,
it was amazing.
You don't want a kid in the
was
club,
amazing.
do you? Like, it's just annoying.
Yeah.
It's annoying for everybody else.
So that was my my top 3.
Nice, yeah. Well, I mean, that's another thing. Like Chris from Staple Cross was telling me, he was really made up to hear that so many people's favourite bonfire was Staple Cross, and he's like, I didn't think we were really on the radar. And I thought, well, I kind of knew that you were anyway, because I knew a lot of the answers that people were going to say anyway, because we know the people. But yeah, like Staple Cross is by no means a small village bonfire.
No, not anymore.
Well, I don't. Well, for me, it never has been.
Well, when I was younger, I always felt that it was a smaller one. But growing up, it's not. It's
but
busy.
Because
it's really
you're
busy.
from Battle as well. So when you were younger,
it was
Battle
always
is the only thing
it
you
was
know,
always. I
isn't
went
it?
to Staple Cross, Battle, Rye, and Robertsbridge.
Yeah.
And I only ever went to those 4. But now is such a huge calendar now that I don't look at any of them. I generally don't look at any of them and think, oh. Because I was feeling that, and I don't mind admitting it, I was feeling that before I went to Heathfield because I was thinking, what's this going to be like?
You didn't know what to expect.
Didn't know what to expect. I mean, when I give my top 3, it's hard. That's how hard it was because literally all of them, I could put them all in sort of one.
That's what is so good about Bonfire, and like that I love with this podcast and things. Every single away meeting or every single bonfire, looking at it from an objective point of view, even Battle, every single one has got its own individual charm that makes it unique. No one is the same. You never like, oh, this again. Yeah, they've all got a procession, they've all got bonfire, they've all got fireworks, but they all do it all differently.
Yeah,
like
that's
there's
what makes
so
it
many
brilliant.
intricacies and nuances that if you're in it, like if you're just watching, if you go to watch one every week, I'm sure it does look all very samey, but when you're in it, there's so much more going on that they are all so different to experience as a bonfire member, which is what makes it, what I think this podcast so important, because you can talk about those sorts of like intricacies and nuances and try and get that across to people. But
I hope that when people watch it, I hope they think, do you know what, those lads?
Well, they should do, yeah. They've changed the face of bonfire. They ought to get
membership from every society.
Wow, yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? If you got an invitation to Robertsbridge or Staple Cross, even just Robertsbridge and Staple Cross,
for a year,
free, or just guest of honour.
Yeah, guest of honour, to light their fire next year,
something like that, something little.
I'd have taken a member of the year from one of our own members when they were getting handed out, but must try harder next year.
Well, I suppose we must.
Do you want to do your quick fire questions, Ed? Or have you got some
we
things
can do.
on your...
what did I do? Roundup of the year. We'll edit that out. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the
I'll
the
do
quick
it in
fire.
a slightly... I'm going to do it in a slightly different way, Ed. I'm going to ask you first, what makes an ideal bonfire night for you?
Right. An ideal bonfire night for me. Alice is already ready. This is purely hypothetical because it would never happen. So it starts in the morning. So we take the dog for a long walk. We go to Hastings, go to Tyne Town because I love it there, which we have been doing every Saturday. We get home. Alice gets ready really quickly. I'll take the dog for another walk. We would ideally leave at about 4, maybe get to yours, have some pre-drinks, even though I don't really drink. Maybe I'll just have one and nurse it
amazing, that.
and just have a bit of fun. Get to the coach because my ideal bonfire has a coach. Get on the coach, have a laugh there. All in good time. Get to bonfire, and that would be that, really. Yeah.
The coach to ride was a struggle, though, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, because it stank.
Yes, I remember now. Yeah. I was thinking, what's the problem? It wasn't that bad for me because I had earplugs and I stuffed them in my nose. Because once I was sitting there drinking my cocktail and I was like smelling the lemon while everybody else was like going, this is awful. And I thought, I can't just keep my hand here. It's weird. So I thought I'll do something equally as weird, if not more weird. And silicone earplugs up the nose. I've got 3 pairs. So
yeah,
I thought,
it was a hard journey, that.
Yeah.
Really hard. But I never got a coach home. I only got a coach there.
It wasn't on the way back because I said to the driver, I don't know if we can keep this in, but I said to the driver, I can decide. I said to the driver, the toilet really stinks. And he goes, the cleaner will have to sort it out on Monday. I said, well, we're a bit worried about the way home because, people be drinking. It's really bad. He's like, nothing I can do about it. I thought, well, there's something I could do about it. So there's probably something you could do about it. Like, I'm not telling you how to do your job, mate. But, if you're a taxi driver, you can't drive around with a dirty taxi. You have to clean it. But
it was nice. The coach journeys were nice. They were... I did like the Hastings one. I like it actually when we share, when Battle pick. I think we picked some Robertsbridge up. I do quite like it because it's sort of...
Yeah, it should have gone to Robertsbridge first. And then
I like the idea of... I feel like the societies, especially... I can't speak for every society.
Yeah, you can.
But
you can on here.
Like the ones round the Senlac ones.
Yeah.
I feel like we're all much more close. We know each other more.
Yeah.
Years ago, I kind of felt like you didn't know. I mean, probably older members knew members from other societies, but I didn't. But now, we see Rhea quite a bit. We see Chris from Staple Cross quite a bit, and we're always talking. And it's quite nice to feel included.
Or to build on those relationships,
even though we're in Battle Bonfire, and we're nothing to do with Robertsbridge Bonfire, but you feel a little bit more. I don't think included's the right word.
No, it's just fostering that relationship, isn't it? Like, there's no reason. We're not at loggerheads with each other. There's no competition with each other other than like the playful competition. There will be
when we play them at cricket next year.
Of course, yeah. I mean, that would be healthy competition. Maybe a little bit unhealthy. We might get a bit try some underhanded tactics. I've got a few ideas. But we're not. There's no animosity between the societies. So there's no reason why you can't do more. For some reason, I just
felt it really nice, and I kept thinking, is it the podcast that's done that?
Probably, yeah.
And whether I was thinking it or hoping it, but I'll run with it.
Yeah, I think anything positive that happens within Bonfire is definitely to do with the podcast.
I agree.
I've been just saying for anything, power of the pod. When the bells rang at Battle Bonfire, I'd completely forgotten all about that. It was the memorial, boom, second bang. And then we set off, and then I heard that ding, and I went, and I just remembered. I was like, "Power of the pod!"
Yeah, that was. I was so moment.
Excited.
That worked really well.
It did. Yeah. Thanks very much to the bell ringers.
Absolutely. So Ed, quick fire.
Yeah.
Your favourite away bonfire.
My favourite away bonfire is. I'm gonna go Rye. Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I didn't think you was going to go Rye.
Yeah.
But it's just that it's got everything that you just listed off.
Exactly, yeah. But then Robertsbridge, the train, it's similar to the coach.
The train is good.
The train is good. And it never stinks.
It never stinks.
I might change. I might go Robertsbridge.
The train is good. It's only about 8 minutes. But
it's fun. It's enough time because you're lingering at the train station with everybody. So there's that time. And then you get on, and then it's a bit of a good crack, and then it's not too much. And then you get off again, then you walk to the, No, I'm going to go Robertsbridge. Yeah.
A change.
I'm changing
You
midway.
can have two.
No, I can't have two. I'll share it with you and I'll share it publicly now, but I am seething with anyone who chose two of anything. It is really, really has boiled my blood. Every time I'm like, I didn't ask you two, did I? I asked you which one. But
What about your favourite costume, Ed?
Right. Favourite costume. My jacket's been a big one for me this year. I've been well happy with that. But
Get that picture up.
But then I feel like I don't know, it's not really a costume. It's a piece of artwork.
A quite brilliant piece of artwork, Ed.
Yeah, it's all right. Saxon is up there for me. I do like Saxon. I like other people when they do military. I think they do it better than me. I don't think I can pull it off. I haven't found the right one yet. But yeah, I really like anything like really old school, like proper old school. I enjoyed doing the Victorian policeman at Northiam. Just it's so easy,
Right? Yeah.
so easy. Just that nice black cape and that hat that I found. I don't really know if it is Victorian. I call it Victorian. I like the really, really old ones. I'll tell you what. I watched Robertsbridge, and I really like the I forget what society they're from. The Highwaymen.
They're Northiam.
They are Northiam, aren't they? Yeah.
they're
I thought those leather coats. They got the bandanas on. They got the cool
very good.
tricorn hat. I was like, yeah, I quite like that.
I did see a costume at Lewis. Luke, we both said, and it was in the South Street procession. And I asked, and I think someone said to me that it was First Pioneers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And me and Luke was like, that's actually a really good costume. We was watching them come up, and I said to Luke, like, that is one good, like, Lewis, the costumes.
They're phenomenal. Yeah, they're so good.
Incredible.
They're so good. I like the Regency ones as well.
So you're going with the Highwaymen then?
No. I haven't given this a lot of thought, and I'm now just trying to think about it because I have thought about it in the past, and I haven't really settled on an answer. No, I can't stick with the Highwayman.
But you're just going.
I love costumes. Yeah, I love costumes so much. I just like that's why I have one different one for every bonfire because I can never really settle on what's my favourite.
Thinking you was going to say the convict outfit.
So I used to say about the convict outfit, it's so lazy, but it isn't because you do have to dye it, you have to stamp it. It is, but what I think what annoys me about the convict outfit is that it is just the go-to standard for battle. And when people think of battle, they think of the convicts. When really, I think it should be the Saxons. Like call me biased or whatever, but I do genuinely think the Saxons are battle. They should be more Saxons than convicts. But I also like the convicts because I think they're a rowdy bunch and I think it's good. But yeah, I've learned to love them. But yeah, I think convicts is good. Mix it up, make it your own, like you did with the top hats, like you did with the flat caps.
Yes.
That individual aspect of the convicts is what I like, which is what I was going to do with the leather jacket. I was going to completely cover it in arrows, but it was too dark, and I thought I can do a banner. So it's,
No.
Favourite costume? I don't have one. It's all of them.
I think I know the answer to this. Bonfire or fireworks?
Bonfire. Yeah. Easy one. It is easy.
One.
Although I do appreciate all the hard work and effort that goes into fireworks. It's a brilliant fundraiser. And the finales are always good. Like finale, even if I'm like, I'm not really watching, I will always turn my head for the finale.
Battles display this year.
It was top. Yeah.
It was. Your favourite effigy, Ed?
Favourite effigy? Probably the first one me and Alice did. Because I wasn't really that involved with Battle Bonfire before we started doing effigies, really. That was like when I first... I've been a member for a long time, but I wasn't really involved. I was a fringe member, if you like. And I think I feel like it's a big honour of being asked to do it in the first place. It was a brilliant idea, if I don't say so myself. And yeah, I think execution was good as well. So yeah, it was a Theresa May, Boris Johnson one. But I really loved the octopus. But that, again, for me, that was more like it was like plenty more in the sea. It was about eco, but I'm not really about eco. I just wanted to do an octopus. And I loved it. And it was really hard. And I think as a piece of artwork, it's brilliant, if I don't say so myself again, but not enough people say it. So,
your favourite banner?
Favourite banner is the red Saxon one. The Saxon banner that's on the back of my jacket.
Is that the one you carried at battle?
Yeah.
So you should have a nice picture of that.
Probably, yeah. I won't use it. I'll use the same one I've been using for all of them.
Shout out to your friend, the photographer.
Leicester Hill, yes.
Yeah, done some great photos, didn't he?
Yeah,
this
he
year?
said it was like a challenging year for him because there was loads more people. It was a heavy crowd, wasn't it?
It was
at
a
Battle
heavy
this year?
crowd at Battle.
And I said to him, don't worry, whatever you get will look amazing because you know what you're doing. We know what we're doing. The spectacle is there.
Yeah.
Unless you take pictures of the floor, you're going to get something good. Like you can't really mess it up. If you've got the good equipment, you've got a good eye. And I said, we've got all the angles the standard angles of stuff. So don't worry about having to get in tight or whatever, because every year's something different. We don't need the same picture every year, do we?
He got a clever photo of me and Chris from behind us talking, and I showed Chris on Saturday, and I said, Chris, what was we talking about? I said, and Chris went, I don't know. He said, because you can see Matt in front of us coming towards us with the procession, and we was marshalling. And I said to Chris said, we must have been talking about what we're going to do. And I just thought that is a brilliant, a classic sort of image of it. We look quite calm.
Yeah.
And everything. And I always say, I actually, as soon as the bonfire starts, I feel calm. As soon as battle starts, I feel calm. I never feel.
Yeah, I wish I did.
Yeah, I never feel out of control. The procession was coming towards. We was at Mount Street, hovered in amongst the Saxons with the lines of three. Ended up getting down going down as far as Cliff, who were wherever they was in the procession.
So do you try and get everyone to go in lines of three?
Only in the Saxons.
Right.
Only in the Saxons.
That can't be that hard.
No. And as a marshal, it is so much easier when people are in lines of three because you can just bomb up the side. You know, we needed to get to the front of the procession again.
You just go down the middle.
Straight down the middle.
Yeah.
But I tried my hardest, and I kind of felt with the prison officer outfit that it worked because people didn't maybe know that if we was in convicts, everyone, like you say, knows us as Battle, and the prisoner officer outfit is just an outfit, you know, not an alternate outfit. It's just
it's fast becoming a secondary.
And I kind of felt that we would hopefully be a little bit more inconspicuous, even though I got the idea people were going, well, who do you think you look like with a yellow armband on? You know,
dressed like an authoritative figure, yeah.
But that wasn't the intention. It was just, and in a way I sit there and think, well, we was marshalling, so it kind of is the intention. But,
to a point, yeah.
But
you've got that extra layer because you've got a prison
so that
officer.
We was able, the idea was that we would be able to float around, and I think it kind of worked.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure whether I've not thought that far ahead yet. A 380th year chainmail Saxons, what?
I think
What's
it's
your
got to
favourite
be.
badge?
I'm so excited you said that. Favourite badge? Favourite badge is probably the one that Dave had made, the COVID one.
With the mask on.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's really good.
Yeah, lots of people wear that.
A lot of people wear it.
Rigger's had it on he wears it on his prison outfit. I see a picture of him the other day, earlier, whenever it was. Best fundraiser?
Best fundraiser, the quizzes, I think, really, because I don't really do a lot of the build-up work for it. Alice does it. I used to just come in and be the grumpy quiz master. I used to pretend I hated it, but I secretly loved it.
Guy Talks exclusive.
What's that?
I'm in the Christmas quiz.
Cool. Yeah, so am I.
I'm not telling you what team I'm in.
But you're not in my team. So.
Not in your team. Might be Tucker's.
I want to win. Yeah, I think it's that. I don't know, really.
I like that answer.
I like the big weekend back when
it was music.
But then, I didn't really do a lot. That's probably why.
I'd said to Louise the other day, I really wish we could all have like a bonfire Christmas party, just bonfire societies.
Yeah.
Not a fundraiser for anybody. It's just we hire somewhere.
Well, that's kind of what Robertsbridge is, though, isn't it?
Massive. Yeah, I know, but I want it again. I don't want to wait till next year.
Yeah, exactly that is, yeah.
I won't ask you that question just yet, I could ask you this, but I know the answer because you've never been on the battlefield.
No, yeah, it's Abbey Green every time. Yeah. That question is designed for people that have experienced both, really.
So what role would you want to try if you could?
Yeah, try.
I'm surprised we let some of the members get away with saying, "No, I don't really want. There isn't a role."
Well, I think some people genuinely don't want to do anything. Like Riggers, like he's done different aspects throughout his lifetime in Bonfire, but he doesn't.
Yeah, but he could have just made up an answer.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you could just make something up, I suppose, couldn't you? Yeah, I would. I know it's an easy one. People have said Vice. I wouldn't mind being Vice, only to set the example of I wouldn't sit at the top table and be like, don't need to, unless the chairman's not there. I'm quite happy with the positions I have.
Yeah, I still stand. Although I said Vice, I still stand by. I'm probably never going to stand for one. The kids would have to be a lot older for a start. I admire people that do every role in Bonfire, whether it's from battle or from an away society.
Yeah,
I admire everybody that helps us to keep it going.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I often think from being a member, you sort of think, well, we all help keep it going, but there is people I think that really do help keep it going.
Yeah, there is.
You know, I mean,
everybody helps in their own way, but there are some people
I'm an active member.
They
and
dedicate more time, don't they?
I don't really do a massive amount.
I think everybody does what they can or for what they feel like they want to do.
It's strange things like today. Tucker and Jack come up with some of the effigy wood, and I just sort of thought, it's funny, isn't it? I thought the bonfire season's over, yet they're volunteering 3 days after the season's end.
There's a quote from a film.
Just to do this little job. And all it is just to empty the effigy shed and move it from one place to another to store it and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And the other day, Colin was sorting some stuff out, and I looked at him and I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm just sorting some bonfire stuff out. And I thought, I'll give him some slack for his life membership. But he just does it without he doesn't say a word. He's just like, oh yeah, I've just sorted that shed out.
Yeah.
I stacked that all up neat. If they want to know where this is next time, and it's like,
it's there,
yeah, thanks very much.
It's those little things like autopilot things, isn't it? There's a quote from a film, and it's not really relevant, but it's Fight Club, and he says, you decide your level of involvement. And I remember that line has stuck with me, and it's the same with anything you do in life. You decide what you want to put into it, and it's the same with Bonfire. Everybody decides what they're willing to give, and you'll get what you put in out of it, won't you?
True. That is very true. Very true.
That's why I get a lot of badges, because I put a lot of badges in.
So, Ed, your member of the year.
Member of the year is, I have thought about this one. And I don't know if you'll notice, I am actually wearing.
I did notice that.
A member of the year badge.
But I thought you're not choosing yourself.
I am choosing myself, and I'm choosing one more person as well. I'm choosing you, Andy.
Oh, Ed Manley. I'll take that.
Take it to the bank, mate. You could cash that in.
So you generally choosing us?
I'm generally choosing us. I think nobody in Bonfire has pioneered the scene, and nobody got the answer right. It's taken to the last episode of this podcast series for them to get the correct answer. It's me and you.
Yeah, well, as we say about the podcast, it did put us a little bit in the firing line.
Yeah,
it did get it did get a bit uncomfortable because it was trying to make sure that we're doing
a service
to the bonfire
rather than stroking our own egos, which we didn't go into it with that intention.
Not in my intention at all. I generally still, I know we said this earlier, but I generally did not think it would gather as much interest.
No,
because I thought my views are a load of rubbish. Who wants to know? But I didn't realise that it would resonate with so many other people.
Yeah, the power, like I wanted to platform Battle Bonfire in a good light, and I wanted to maybe increase membership or make people think that it's not like a secret society, because how can we be a secret society? We literally put on like the biggest thing the Battle scene sees every year. Like there's no secret, and not only that, we're prominent throughout the year with the biggest society that there is, and that's not just the Battle Bonfire Boys, I think you could say that about most towns that have a bonfire society. They are probably the biggest society within that town and do loads for the local community and get involved in helping other people. Your local bonfire society is an incredible wealth of attributes and people that are willing volunteers. Like, everybody should be supporting their local bonfire society, and, they do, which is good. But I think, and what we've done is kind of platform that a little bit, really.
Yeah. What would you do or say if another society started up a podcast?
I'd love it. I'd say, can I come on and be a guest?
Wouldn't it be good? Like next year or whenever.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Well, we wouldn't have to do it.
I'd be glued to it.
Yeah. We could say, well, should we knock it on the head?
People have been
I don't want to try and steal somebody else's limelight.
People have been waiting for this, like an episode of EastEnders or whatever.
Well, I've had a few people say, where's the episode been? Obviously, if you watch this in order, you won't know there's been a gap, but there was a bit of a gap.
But next year, if we continue, of course, we're much better planned and prepared to know what
we've grown. I think if you watch episode 1 to episode now, it's you'll be like, oh yeah, he's put on weight, and I have put on weight.
I have actually, a stone.
Well, I don't weigh myself, but my trousers were tighter.
But it's bonfire, isn't it?
I love it.
And finally, Ed, your fondest bonfire memory?
Yeah, tricky one. Fondest. There's been quite a few, but I don't know if I could tie it down to an actual moment, but I think it's just, this is going to sound really, really corny, but I think it's just being recognised as a member within the society that people respect the opinion. I know I tell a lot of jokes and stuff, but people seem to respect my opinion and feeling accepted. That moment when I felt like, actually, I'm part of this.
You feel accepted.
It's when, because I was always a fringe member, and I did, I always think, I was like, I felt like an outsider. And then at that moment, which I can't really put a finger on, but it obviously now I feel like I'm part of the society.
On that, I feel like it's when you first join Battle, shall I say, it will probably you will probably feel like an outsider
because you are.
But having said that, someone like me who has not been as long as member as say Matt or as Ronnie, I look at new members and I do not think of you. I generally, when I say this, I do not think of new members as outsiders. I generally do not think of it. And all I can say is, after about, this is just for me, after about probably 2 years of seeing your face, point in case, Rich.
Yeah.
He's just a bonfire. He's just a Battle Bonfire Boy. I just think of him as a Battle Bonfire Boy.
Yeah. Big shout out to Rich. He sent me a few messages when the podcast just started up. It was lovely
speaking to him.
It's brilliant.
At Rye Bonfire and his daughter, I believe. And really, he's just, and it's a point in case that he joined. And now, I don't know if it's his second year this year.
Could be,
his second year. And I was just sort of...
But the thing, you don't really keep track, do you?
His face. I recognise... And so the best thing I'd say to a new member, if you don't feel like you can get involved, just keep turning up.
Just show up.
Just show up. And I promise you, in the end, and if you do feel nervous and you do feel like you can't speak to anybody, here we are. Come and speak to us.
Come and talk to us. Although we will probably not be anywhere near each other because it's very rare to catch us together because we hate each other outside of the podcast. But
come in our groups, or specifically, I say our group, my group. We was talking about this, weren't we?
Yeah.
We was trying to sort of nail down our group, and I've worked out it's just open.
It's just bonfire.
It's just.
Yeah.
And that is simply why we hardly see each other much at bonfires, because we're just floating around talking to everybody.
Yeah. I love it. I love floating about and just, I'll be here, I'll be there, I'll be like, oh, where's everybody gone? Doesn't matter. I'm always walking with people that I know.
Mum said, well, did you not see where Luke was at Robertsbridge? And I went, well, no, why would I do it? And she said, well, you're not with him. I said sometimes.
You're not glued at the hip.
Not often.
Yeah.
Well, I vary. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind, Ed.
It has been a whirlwind. Yeah. It's been.
I'm already looking forward to next year.
I am. And on that new members, I'm looking forward to new members coming along and saying, we've saw the
joined
podcast
because of the podcast.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be amazing?
I want to get involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Do it.
Yeah. I think that wraps us up. We're nearly at an hour, Ed.
Are we? Yeah, I don't think we really have to edit this one. I think it's just since that first episode and we started having guests, I've been thinking, it'd be a lot easier if it was just me and you, because you got people that are certain people are more volatile than others, shall we say, and like you've got to cut things, put things,
I want to give a big shout out, obviously, to Matt.
Yeah, I've got it written down here. A big thank you to MJS Media and Matt Southam
and the guests.
Yeah, just before on Matt, and I think not only for giving us the studio and like to use and everything else, but also for putting the trust in us to actually be the face. I know we joke and say we're the face about a bonfire, but to represent the society on YouTube. It's a lot of trust, and I don't think we'd be first choice in the room if it went, if there was a discussion about it and we allowed that to happen. Like, sometimes you have, and I think
that was part of the reason why I got a bit overwhelmed, because it was like, whoa, people are saying you found your calling in life. Is that the saying? You found your, and I'm thinking, have I?
Yeah,
I'm just cutting wood each day and farming.
It's nothing.
Or
We're no different. We're just talking rubbish in front of a camera.
I'm sort of thinking, do I really belong in a studio?
Yeah, but thank you, Matt.
No, our guests, it was Matt, Chris, Tucker, Alice, Brian.
Yep,
Dave, Ollie,
Max and
Shelley, and Riggers.
Is that all of them?
No, my brother. I thought I'd leave
You're purposefully leaving him out.
Yeah, leave him till last.
That was a fun episode.
It was a fun episode.
Up. Yeah,
but no, it's been brilliant.
It has been really good. Yeah,
the competition.
Ed,
fondest memories coming in. We both felt with.
I've got the
Alex Dobson's from an infield bonfire.
Yeah,
I particularly because I thought with his memory of his kids walking on the Rye fire site.
Yeah.
And their faces lighting up, which
was
just
conjured up a nice image.
Because Rye Fire Site this year was incredible. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Full credit to them.
Yeah, it was good.
So well done, Alex, Ruben, Freddie.
Yeah, well done.
For the
you are the lucky winners of a poster, this Guy Talks cue card, and 3 badges that I put together. One of those being a Guy Talks Bonfire Podcast exclusive badge. Another one is a Power of the Pod badge, and then my year badge.
I am impressed.
I do my own year badges. Yeah, well done.
That wraps it up.
So that's a year. That's another year of Guy Talks.
Until next year.
See you later.